I see that this DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go through my phone?
I saw I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You're dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done a long time ago.
The air in Atlanta was thick with heat that evening, as the city's pulse hummed steadily beneath the calm surface. For Kendra, this night was meant to be no different than any other. Just another evening spent in the comfort of her home, preparing dinner and settling into the rhythms of married life. She hadn't known that everything was about to shatter. Kendra and Joc's marriage had been through its ups and downs, like any relationship. They had weathered some storms, but something had changed recently, something neither of them had been able to name, though they both felt it in the air. The intimacy between them had faded, replaced by an unspoken distance that seemed to grow with each passing day. But Kendra had hoped they could weather the silent storm, that the love they had for each other would overcome whatever was threatening to tear them apart. She didn't know, however, that Joc was no longer seeing things through the same lens. It started innocently enough. Kendra left her phone on the counter while she went into the kitchen, preparing dinner. Joc, who had always trusted her implicitly, found himself glancing down at it. It wasn't anything he would normally do, snooping through her personal life, but something was different. There had been whispers of unease in his mind lately, doubts he couldn't shake, and an unsettling feeling that Kendra was pulling away. A simple glance at her phone felt like the easiest way to confirm those suspicions, even though he knew, deep down, that doing so would mean breaking the trust they had spent years building. He didn't even need to ask for the passcode. Kendra never thought to lock her phone. It was a mistake, one that would prove to be her undoing. Joc's hands trembled slightly as he unlocked it. His eyes scanned the screen. What he saw made his blood run cold. The messages weren't just casual exchanges between friends. They were intimate, personal, filled with flirtation and coded promises. The more JOC read, the more his heart sank. These weren't just the kind of chats one has with a friend or colleague. They were filled with longing, hidden confessions, and a connection that felt too deep for comfort. They were the kind of words you don't share with anyone when you're in a committed relationship. Kendra had been hiding something from him, something that felt like a betrayal of everything they had built together. Joc's chest tightened with a mixture of fury and disbelief. His hands shook as he read through the conversation again, each word cutting deeper than the last. The person on the other end of the texts was an ex from Kendra's past, someone she had once shared a part of her life with. He wasn't just a random friend. No, this man held a place in Kendra's heart, and those unspoken feelings had not only remained, but had resurfaced in their messages. It was clear that there had been more going on than Kendra had let on. This wasn't a one-time mistake. It was an ongoing, emotional affair. Joc's anger was immediate and uncontrollable. He felt like his entire world had been turned upside down. All the love he had poured into their marriage, all the promises they had made to one another, suddenly seemed hollow. He could feel the heat rising in his chest, his thoughts spiraling as his vision blurred with rage. There was no way to ignore the gnawing feeling in his gut. He had been betrayed. When Kendra came back into the living room, she immediately noticed the tension in the air. Joc was standing there, phone in hand, his face pale with shock and anger. It didn't take long for her to realize what was happening. The cold, accusing look in his eyes told her everything. He had seen the messages.
Nice. I like the spot.
Me too.
Energy good, good crowd. So what's really going on with you and Mario?
You know, it's business. You know, I don't want you to, be feeling no kind of way. Like, I'm honest, I'm faithful, and I feel like,
You don't want me to feel no kind of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was dealing with a woman who was sending me hard eyes in my DMs, talking about I'm fine, talking about I'm sexy.
But I never replied back to any of those. I didn't even
Nah,
see
you
that.
replied after that. You definitely saw it.
I sell title
you want
insurance.
Me, I don't give a fuck
Sell
about title insurance. You want me to be cool with you continuing to do business with love?
You the one out
Look,
about this. That's why you
no,
feeling so
let me tell you
weird
something.
about
Let
it,
me tell you
because
something.
you probably
Let me tell you
insecure.
something. Don't try to twist this up and point the fingers at me. I saw the receipts. And if you want to sit here and play these mind tricks with me, I'm gonna really feel like it's more to this. And I ain't with it. I see that this DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go through my
I
phone?
saw I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
I'm not gonna play with you like that. If you want to play kid games, I'll be out. Go play with your kids. Go play with your baby mamas. Don't play with me. I'm talking about this specific
Because I'm
situation.
gonna break you the down.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
Well, go get some money with somebody else who ain't trying to.
You can never break me, ever.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You're dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done a long time ago. Good riddance.
Before she could even open her mouth to speak, Joc's voice cut through the silence. What is this? His words were low and dangerous, a quiet fury that rattled Kendra to her core. Kendra's throat went dry. She had hoped to keep this part of her life buried, to protect the fragile bond she had with JOC. But now it was all laid bare. The conversations, the flirtation, the secret connection, all of it was staring them both in the face. I can explain, Kendra whispered, her voice trembling, but the damage was already done. Joc didn't want an explanation. He wanted the truth, and that truth was suffocating. You think you can just hide this from me? He snapped, his voice rising in a mix of hurt and fury. This is what you've been doing behind my back? He gestured to the phone in his hand, as though it were an accusation in itself. The pain in his eyes cut deeper than Kendra had anticipated. She had never wanted to hurt him, never thought her actions would have such a devastating impact. But here they were, and there was no way to undo what had already happened. I didn't mean for this to happen, Kendra tried, but her words felt weak, powerless against the storm of emotion Joc was unleashing. No, Joc said bitterly, his hands clenched into fists. You didn't mean for it to happen, but it did, and now everything we had is a lie. The words hit Kendra like a slap in the face. The weight of his accusation pressed down on her chest, suffocating her. She wanted to explain, to apologize, to make things right, but she knew, deep down, that no words could fix the mess she had created. She had broken his trust, and that was something almost impossible to repair. You think this is some kind of joke? Joc continued, pacing now. His anger had overtaken him completely. I trusted you. I loved you. And this is what you do? You've broken everything we had, Kendra. You've broken me. Kendra reached for him, but he pulled away, his body rigid with pain. His eyes, once filled with warmth and affection, were now full of disdain and betrayal. Maybe this marriage was never real, he muttered, his voice barely above a whisper. Maybe I was just a fool. And with that, he walked out the door, leaving Kendra standing alone in the middle of the room, the weight of her choices sinking in. As the door slammed behind him, Kendra collapsed onto the couch, tears streaming down her face. She had lost him. There was no turning back. The secrets, the lies, they had destroyed everything. Joc walked out into the night, the pain and betrayal twisting in his gut. He couldn't go back, not after this. The love they had shared, the foundation they had built was shattered, trust was gone. And the truth, now fully exposed, would leave scars too deep to heal. The night stretched on, the empty silence in the house echoing the emptiness in both of their hearts.
I see that this DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go through my phone?
I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You're dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done a long time ago.